Welcome to Magnificent Tips and Tricks. Today we are going to talk about Piktochart and what it is. And then I'm going to kind of show you how to design a classroom homepage using Piktochart. So today is going to be part one of creating a homepage for your Canvas LMS using Piktochart. So you might be wondering, what is Piktochart? So let me break that down for you. Piktochart is actually a platform you can use to create colorful infographics that are very interactive. But you can also use it for a lot of other things. And they have an educator's account which you can sign up for that's pretty cheap. And I'm going to go into that towards the end here before I explain to you how we can utilize Piktochart in Canvas. Piktochart has a lot of layouts and templates that you can choose from. So if you're really not sure where it is that you wanted to go with this and how to get started, you can browse through all of the artwork that they have and you can select from one and simply edit the layouts that they have. Up in the top left corner, you can keyword search a topic specifically towards a subject that you're looking for, and it will automatically pull that up for you. So here I'm going to type school, and automatically it will pull up some templates related to school. Now obviously you might be a little bit more specific, and if they don't necessarily have anything geared towards the subject that you're looking for, you can still easily use any of these and tweak them however you want. So to get started, I've gone ahead and gone to my dashboard. On my dashboard, you'll see a number of infographics that I personally have created myself that are already saved on my dashboard. It will also do the same for you if you ever create any infographics that you are currently editing or that you maybe are still working on. It will save it on this dashboard for you to continually work on. Now I'm going to use this one that I've created for my classroom, and I'm going to click on edit. And immediately it will pull me to my infographic that I've created for my new classroom for the new school year, as I'm sure many of you are probably thinking of how to create your homepage for next year and what you're going to put in it. Now over to the top left over here, you have some icons. There are lots of features that you can utilize, that you can add things into your Piktochart infographic or homepage or whatever you're creating. For mine, I'm editing my classroom homepage. So what you can do is you can add any graphic by clicking on it, and it will immediately show up. Now we have illustrations, shapes and icons, and there's lines, photos, so you can select from photos. You can Google a photo or you can keyword search a photo in here. So if I want history, because I teach a history class, hypothetically, let's just say, then I would immediately come up with a bunch of history pictures and I can use that for my background. You can basically try it and look for any photo and it will show up here. Now here I have uploads. So I have a bunch of things I've uploaded. Let's just say there aren't any graphics in there that you aren't particularly interested in, so you went and looked for them yourself on the internet. So you can just drag and drop them from your desktop and it will immediately upload here. Now you can drag and drop it anywhere on your screen. So you don't have to necessarily drag and drop it to the left over here, you can just drag and drop it over here. You can also click background. Okay, when you click on background, that means that you can change the background of any of these squares. And I'm going to get into the squares in a little bit just to explain to you how that works too. You can click on a square space and you can select a background here by clicking on it and it will immediately show up like that. Now I don't want that from a background, so I'm going to press undo up here. So basically you can change the background. Now I'm going to click on this one just to show you the opacity, which basically changes how dark or light it is or whether you want it to be transparent. But because again I don't want one on mine, I'm going to undo. Now you can also do other things like adding text, and they have all sorts of templates for text that you can add on. Color schemes. So let's just say you aren't sure what color scheme you want your entire infographic or page to look like. You can pick color schemes. Now here they don't really have any color scheme. And over here on the left I have tools, which there are charts, maps, tables, and videos. So basically I can implement a chart and I can put in the data from an Outlook spreadsheet if I wanted to, and then I can copy and paste within my Canvas LMS. Over here I have videos, so I can embed a video right here. So if I want to share a YouTube video, I could easily click on this, and then I'm going to go over here to YouTube, and I want to copy this video of Corey talking about integrating Kahoot into Canvas. Speaking of integrating, what I will then do is go back to my Piktochart, and I will paste the link right here, and I'm going to insert the video. Instantly, it will give me a video to put on my infographic or my home page for my classroom. Now, when I'm done doing all of this, I can easily make it so that it's not just, an infographic, but it can be a home page on my Canvas page. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But before that, I'm going to finish showing you these features. You can also put maps on your page. So if you want to show, maybe there's a particular topic that you can paste a map on your infographic. Let's just say you teach geography or something. So that's kind of a neat little resource. So there you go. And that's the features that they have in a nutshell. Now there's a lot more that Piktochart offers, but basically I wanted to go over what those tools were as quickly as possible. What you can do with these square spaces is you can section things out to create different sections and different subsections. I highly recommend it because as your students are reading it, obviously you want to divide topics. So for my classroom, I have the intro up here. I have one section which is my rules. I have another section which is my introduction to my classroom or introduction to the school. And then I have my contact details. You can divide it however you want, but each subsection or each section would specifically represent a topic theme that you're discussing within your homepage. One cool thing I also wanted to mention is that you can hyperlink things as though they're buttons on your homepage. So over here, I have created a welcome to my classroom video, and I have hyperlinked this here. Now, technically, I could create a YouTube video, just like I did with Corey's video over here, and I can paste it here. But what I did was I created a video in Canva, and I copied the recorded link because it's secure. Now, it's a little bit different than YouTube, and I'm going to do another video on Canva, but because we're talking about Piktochart, we're not going to go into that. I also put a link in here for my big blue button. I don't know if you guys know what big blue button is, but basically I copied my big blue button link and I put it here so it shows as a clickable button. So instantly when they click on this link, it will take them to my live virtual room that kids can go to get help. And then over here, I'm planning on hyperlinking this to Google Chat download. So instantly it'll take them to the Google page, which will tell them how to download Google Chat because we use Google Chat to communicate with the kids. Basically, in a nutshell, the idea here is that you can hyperlink things to lead to other pages, which kind of makes things a little bit easier. Just a quick tip, if the best way to hyperlink your big blue button, if you do use big blue button, is to right-click the join button. If you didn't already know how to do this, and then copy the link address. This will instantly convert whatever you hyperlinked within your Piktochart into an active button, just like this button right here. So when I copied that link, what I did was I came back over here, I right-clicked it, I right-clicked it, and then I clicked on Add Link. And then I just put the link in there. Instantly, it will hyperlink just as I mentioned, and now this is your new button that goes to your live help room or your classroom, whatever you want it to go to basically. And the same applies to pretty much anything else you hyperlink. You can hyperlink this, you can hyperlink this image, you can right click it and hyperlink it. Basically anything that you can link, you can hyperlink, and you can have it go pretty much anywhere you want. You can even create an additional page within your classroom, hyperlink any of these buttons, and have that lead to that secondary page of content. Just so you know, you can sign up for an educator's account. That is $39.99 a year, and you get access to all of the pro features, which is the templates, access to the library of images and illustration. You can create unlimited visuals. You have up to 1 GB of storage for your uploads. You can remove their watermarks. You can export presentations to PowerPoint. They have password encryption protection. You can create and use your own color schemes. You can upload your own fonts, and you can organize visuals in your folder. Now, some of those things I can show you how to do later, but I just quickly wanted to cover, what the educator's account offers. Now, the normal account does cost a lot much more for Pro, so they're being pretty generous here. I mean, obviously they need to get paid somehow, but they tried to make it as cheap as possible for the teachers, which I think is pretty nifty. Now, you can use your email for the school that you work for to sign up, along with, you don't really have to use your teacher's license, but as long as you're working for a school and you explain to them what you are, the rules might have changed, but basically you can sign up pretty easily. And if your school isn't listed with them, you can just list your school name and they'll look it up, and then it takes about, I don't know, 24 hours for them to process that, and then they'll let you know that you're good to go for an educator's account and send you an email. Now, if you want access to that educator's link, you can either Google it or you can click on the hyperlink that I've left below in the description for Piktochart education account. It's pretty useful. I think the $39 is, it's okay considering all the features you get. If you do find it useful and it's something that you want to use, definitely sign up for that educator's account. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Magnificent Tips and Tricks, part 1 of Piktochart. Now, I'm going to have a part 2 where I'm going to be explaining how to implement that into your Canvas LMS to read as a home page using HTML code. Don't worry, Piktochart's going to generate it. You don't need to know code. And I'm really excited to show you how that's going to work, along with a few other cool tricks. See you next time.